scientist. I'm a fucking scientist. So I got the wheels for the Civic back here in the wagon. Got the tires mounted with Chris. So now off to the house so I can get them mocked up and see how they're gonna fit. Damn, that looks good. So this is just a test fit. I haven't removed none of the camber, so you can see there's a huge gap. So I gotta adjust that. I'm gonna get to that, but I just wanted to see how it looked, and I'm happy with the choice. I can't wait to see it aired out and see how it sits. So these wheels are 18 by 9.5 at 0 offset. Fronts, obviously, I have to remove a lot of camber because these had a 10.5 negative 18 in the front. That's what was on there. Rear is not too bad. Gotta remove a little bit, like I said. The style wheel looks good. I've always loved how these wheels looked. So yeah, let's get to that.
One eternity later.
Oh, I don't know where I left off in the last video because I couldn't finish it on the same day. But I got the extended lower out, and I just gotta bolt up the new, not the new, but the OEM lower back on, so then I can rebolt all this on so I can start test fitting the wheel and getting the camber dialed in. I just test fitted the wheel, and I think for the height that I want, I'm gonna have to lower the strut. So I'm gonna lower it about 1 inch from the strut, so I think that'll give me the height that I want when it's aired out so I can drive really low. So after a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't show because it's pointless, I think this is where the fitment is gonna end. So we have it nice and tight there. It's a little sunk there, but obviously it's because it's tucking in. But lip wise to fender, it's nice. Is it gonna give me the low that I want? I don't know. This is why I wanted 17s, but I love the style of the wheel. It looks so freaking good. I added a little bit more camber through the top plate, and it does tuck more, a lot more, but this is the downside. The fitment is a little loose. It's not crazy, but it's not super tight fitment like I would normally run. But on the bright side, this would also give me a little bit more wiggle room as in drive height, so I can drive a little bit lower with it fitting like this. So I think I might just leave it like this so I can play with ride heights and drive lower, so that, you know, I wanted to look good rolling. That's why I wanted to change wheels in the first place, because the other wheels were a little too aggressive with the extended lower, all that stuff. I didn't like the look. I don't know. I think I'm gonna leave it like this, at least for now. Do the same thing on the other side and then go from there. So in the rear, all I have to do is remove some camber from the camber arm, which is easy, and then lower the shock, make it shorter. So hopefully I don't have to pass this ring. Looks like I have like a good 3.5 inches or so, maybe 4 inches. So I shouldn't have to, but if I do, then I just have to clean this up before I try to put the ring on. This looks a lot better than what I thought it was. Well, height-wise, because I knew the wheels looked good, but the height that I was able to get, this is ride height. I just put it at the ride height because I wanted to see what I could ride at. Only thing I got left to do is drive it so I can see if there's axle bind. But damn, it looks so good. Keep in mind, this is drive height, so airing out all the way goes lower, which is what I wanted, because that front lip and side skirts and everything at drive height was so high before, but now this, damn, this looks good. So the rear wheel is rubbing on the strut, and I didn't know it was gonna be this bad, and it's so embarrassing. I just went around the block real quick because I was gonna check for axle bind, and I wasn't even able to go fast enough to check for axle bind. So I'm gonna have to check on this tomorrow. Let's see if we have axle bind. We do. There is a little bit of axle bind, enough to be annoying. I could take off a little bit of camber, but then I don't think it will go as low as I wanted. So I'm headed towards the shop now. Still have the axle bind, but I'm heading over there because I might have a solution. If it's in this part of the video, then it worked. If not, I'm not gonna include this. But hopefully, we make it good. It's not too far. It's just annoying because at like 20 miles per hour, the car is shaking like crazy, and just hope axles don't snap or anything like that. Let's see if you can tell. Nah, you can definitely hear it though, but look. So yeah, the axle bind is crazy right now. To the shop with nothing breaking, so hopefully I can mess with this and get the axle bind issue resolved without having to add the lower. And right now, let me show you how it looks aired out. So this is about where it's sitting aired out right now. Have a little bit sunk fitment, so I'm gonna see what I can do. The reason I put it like that was so that it can have the look of airing out more, and the drivability. You can drive full lock easily, but I might have to take some out just to get axle bind issue fixed. But I'm gonna try something else first. But the back is pretty good. I shaved this side of the quarter. This side I haven't done yet, but might be able to get away without doing it. So I'm gonna see. This height does look good aired out. I just gotta figure out the drive height, because drive height in the rear right now is pretty high, because it is rubbing on the shock with the height that I want to drive in. And then the front is good other than the axle bind, so try to get that figured out. So what I have here is an axle that's about a ½ inch shorter for driver side and the passenger side. So my plan is, hopefully with these shorter axles, we already did the driver side and it bolted up, and now I'm gonna do the passenger side. So hopefully if that works, then it gets rid of the axle bind without having to run the extended lower. This was a test to see if it worked, and I went up to 30 miles per hour and no axle bind. I feel like a genius. Oh my gosh. Yo, this is yo. The fact that I was able to figure this out is so dope. So no more lower, just change the axle to the shorter one, and then now I just gotta get it aligned and get everything else for ride height figured out. Yo, I'm so excited. No axle bind, nigga. I feel like a scientist. I'm a fucking scientist. So what I'm about to do, I don't recommend nobody do. So the rear wheel was still rubbing on the shock here on this area. I was gonna let it grind down itself and, you know, self-clearance, but I'm just gonna do it myself. So I put the rear wheels on here, and let's see. We'll clear these barrels so that they don't hit the shock anymore. All right, so I grinded the back of the barrel down a little bit, and I also grinded a little bit of the shock on each side. So I did this shock and the other one. I don't want to go through the whole hassle of relocating the shock and going through my trunk. That looks ugly. So hopefully this is enough to where it stops the grinding and I could drive at a decent drive height. What would the official numbers be? It's not bad. Front is at 13. Probably around 13. And my eyeball alignment is perfect. And the rear is at 15. A little bit more on one side, but whatever. Damn. 8th gen is still the best body style. So good. Front is nice and even. We ended up, what was it? Negative 13 front, 15 rear. Sits good. Sits good. I love how the Civic came out. So all I got left as of right now is to add the stickers on the wheels. So obviously I was waiting until they're all fitted so I don't have to be touching them back and forth. Put the stickers on the wheels and it's basically fitted with the new wheels. Don't have to run the lowers anymore. It looks so much better. It doesn't poke out like it used to. Run less chance of a barrel cracking because the barrel is not as close to the floor. So this is good. All I gotta do is clean it up and put the stickers on.